our week in Cabo San Lucas. Gary owns the timeshare. He and his girlfriend Karen invited Donna and I to stay with them. But first, Hurricane Dorian was here, so I had to board up the whole house and get ready, including not just boarding up the windows, but getting rid of everything on the porch, all the plants in the background there. Finally, we arrived at Villa del Palmar, and here's a beautiful hotel. Gary's setting up all our activities for the week. Meanwhile, we're looking at this wonderful lobby. We get to our rooms, beautiful bedroom, full bath, another second bath. We have the kitchenette fully set up. The living room is great, and look at the view from the balcony. A beautiful pool and bars everywhere. This is the shopping center where we could get everything we needed. The rock formations are at the end of the highland, and that is the famous arch, the dragon drinking water. Here is Gary and Karen, Donna, as we're getting ready in town to go on a catamaran sunrise or sunset cruise, and we had alcohol and food, and it was great. Beautiful night. So the next day we start off before going parasailing with breakfast at Patron's, which was the restaurant right there at the villa. So here we are getting ready to go. Karen's happy now, but as she went up, this is her first parasailing, and if you get a close look at her face, you can see she's not really too happy yet, but she did enjoy it, and they did great up there. Now here I am. Donna, of course, decided to stay on the boat and take my pictures because this was not something she was going to do. And as I got out, it was actually quite nice. It's a very smooth ride up, and it gets very, very quiet up there. The boat was doing a great job. They ask you if you want to get wet, and based on Gary's recommendation, I said absolutely not, because they really dunk you, and I wasn't going to do that with my phone. But as I'm going up, I can see the beautiful scenery, the coastline, get to see everything that's going on, and it gets just so much quieter. Oh, you can see I'm getting pretty far up there, and it is pretty secure. You hear a little clink and clank, but that parachute is very strong, the cabling is very strong, and you're connected in a full body harness, so it's not that bad. Of course, once you get pretty high up, you are high up. There's the famous rock formation, Sea of Cortez on this side, Pacific Ocean on the other, shot of the town, and after riding for about, maybe 10 minutes or so, they start reeling me in. I was looking for wildlife in the water. Gary and Karen got to see some sea turtles. We got to see some seals later on, but we didn't really get to see too much of the wildlife. But it was a beautiful, beautiful ride. And here I am back down on the ship now, safe and sound. Later on that night, we went back to Patron's for dinner, and Gary got a Mexican coffee mix, which was really good. We spent some time on the beach during that day also, and after dinner, we went to this pirate ship bar at the other villa. That's the only place that had J&B, actually. The third day, excuse me, we're on our trip to go ATV. That's the scenery of the area. We got to be in the aviary and play with some birds. And then they set us up. They gave us helmets and bandanas and shields. Don and I took doubles, whereas Gary and Karen went with the side-by-side upgrade, which Don and I should have done, because you can see Donna's holding on for dear life here as I'm having fun. Actually, it was too much bumping and riding for her. She didn't feel safe, so she took a rest stop and went back. Meanwhile, Gary and Karen are locked in, and here I am on my own now. It was a lot of fun, a lot of bumps. There was free tequila tasting, but frankly, we were all too pooped to do anything. That night, we had dinner at the Farm Fresh to Table restaurant, Tomatillas. The other couple of days, we didn't do much, just relaxed. And then when we got back home, I had to set the house up, of course, take down all the boards, but I really didn't get a chance to. This is how the house looks now that it's all done. But I didn't get to do that until after the cruise, because the very next day we got up and went on a cruise, which is another story altogether.